Hi there. All right, so let's go ahead and get started in a wide seated child's pose, big toes touching together and creating a wide space in between your knees. And just go ahead and let your chest fall through. We're going to be here for several breaths. I really just want you to just go ahead and center yourself by breathing in through your nose and then breathing out and just continuing to do that as you're reminding yourself that you are in this present moment. This is your chill time. From here, we're going to inhale up, rounding off the back. And then we're going to exhale, push it back, pushing our hips to our heels. And then rounding up again, coming up. And then exhale, push it on back. And we're going to do one more cycle of this. Nice and slow. Inhale, coming all the way up. And then exhale, pushing it all the way back. Nice and slow. This time we're going to take a nice big inhale, but we're going to let our quads relax on the mat. And you can bring your legs to each side of the mat to have a micro bend here. Maybe even looking over your shoulder for a bit of a stretch on your spine here. And if this is too much on your arms to keep yourself up, feel free to just do a micro bend here to your elbow. So we're going to come back here and have your knees about a hip width apart for tabletop. I'm going to ask you to extend that back leg out, toes pointing down. Continue to breathe in and out. We're going to go ahead and bring it in and then extend it back out. Inhale, bringing your knee to your chest, and then exhale back out. We're just going to do this a couple more times. And on this last extension, go ahead and release that leg onto the floor. Open up to the long side of the mat. Arm comes up, and we're going to do some rotations here, stretching out our arm and our shoulders. Stretching through your fingertips. And just reaching over your head. Engaging your core. And then go ahead and pull your hand through. Let it go right behind that left arm. Hips go up, knees down to the floor, and relax with your ear and shoulder onto the floor. Alright, and now we're going to get ready to do the same thing on the other side, extending our legs, continuing to breathe, syncing each breath with each movement. And coming up on that last extension, release your leg onto the side. Open up, chest nice, wide and open, and go ahead and do some arm circles here for our arms and for our shoulder. Taking your time, syncing your breath with the movements. And go ahead and scoop that arm behind that right arm, resting on your shoulder as well as your ear, and just relax into this pose. Go ahead and inhale yourself back up into a seated pose. We're going to bring our awareness into our necks, and we're going to do a couple of neck circles here, stretching out the front, back, and sides of our neck. And when you're ready, inhale, bring your arms all the way up, and you can grab your forearm or your elbow behind your head. You're going to go ahead and stretch out the front of your neck, chest goes up. Continuing to soften your breath, and then exhale, bring your hands down by your side. And you're going to go ahead and bring your right knee to meet your right wrist for pigeon. Back leg slides right back out again, and just slide your chest into that front foreleg. This is one of my favorite hip openers. It's pigeon pose, and there's a lot of tension here in the hips always. So when you're breathing in and then when you're breathing out, just imagine your air just kind of breaking up any tension that you might have in that area. All right, and we're slowly going to come out of this pose. Curling your back foot, and we're going to swap over, bringing the left knee to meet our left wrist. Back leg slides out, forearm make its way here. Trying to keep the weight even in between the hips, trying to keep the hip points facing forward as much as possible. If all you're doing is breathing here, then heck, you're doing good. All right, we're going to slowly move our way out of this pose, and we're going to go ahead and focus on a little bit of core strength. So go ahead and bring your butt down to the mat, and find that sweet spot. Find where you can sit on your tailbone. So maybe just lean back a little bit, using your hands to keep you stable. Once you find that, then go ahead and lift your feet off of the floor. We're going to hold here for about a breath, and then we're going to release our feet and come into a forward fold with our soles of our feet coming in together. And we're just going to continue doing these two movements, back and forth, working on our core and then stretching out our hips. Alright, so we have reached the final pose. Go ahead and make your legs nice and long, and then let your back meet the mat. We are in the final resting pose of Shavasana. This is very sweet for you to maybe take some time to meditate or prayer, or just take a moment to thank yourself and thank your body for what it was able to do today, and hopeful for what it is able to do tomorrow. Thank you for joining me. Bye. See you next time.